Okay, Kipsters, so I hope that you are all settled, that my e-sparkers are focused on e-spark, my key-sparkers are ready to learn about how to read a division word problem and then solve. Let's read together. Mrs. Silverstein bought 3 mini cakes for a birthday party. She cut each cake into quarters and plans to serve each guest 1/4 of cake. How many guests can she serve with her slices? Sorry. So a really important word here is actually the word quarters. The fraction for a quarter, think about it. There are 4 quarters in a dollar. So 1/4 is 1 out of 4 quarters, so fourths. So quarters are fourths. It is super important that when you are reading a word problem, you really think to yourself, what is Mrs. Silverstein starting with? Think for a second. Go ahead and circle her 3 mini cakes. That is what she starts with. So I'm actually just first going to draw my 3 mini cakes. And I'm going to write the 3 first. That is what I start with. I start with 3 holes. What happens next? Well, I cut each cake into quarters, and we figured out that quarters are fourths. So let's go ahead and slice each cake into fourths. There's 1 cake, 2 cakes, 3 cakes are all cut into quarters for guests. And the question is asking, how many guests can she serve her slices? Well, let's see. I have 4 slices in the first cake, 4 slices in the second cake, and 4 slices in the third cake. So roll your 4s. She is able to serve 12 people. So let's actually write our division. So I started with my 3 cakes. I split it. I cut it into fourths. And so I ended up being able to serve 12 people. Look at the pattern. Start with a hole, end with a hole. Go ahead and take 5 seconds and write your solution sentence. I'll count down. I hope you probably wrote something like, Mrs. Silverstein can serve 12 guests with her slices. I'll write it quick. Miss S can serve 12 people. All right. So there you have a word problem where it starts with a hole. But let's read the next one carefully together. So turn your paper over and go to the back. It's about Mr. Pham, so read along as I read to you. Mr. Pham has 1/4 pan of lasagna left in the refrigerator. He wants to cut the lasagna into equal slices so he can have it for dinner for 3 nights. How much lasagna will he eat each night? So the question you ask yourself, well, what is Mr. Pham starting out with? Well, he's starting out with only 1/4 of a pan. So when you create your model, right? Sorry for the messy model. He only has 1/4 of it left, okay? So I'm going to definitely write my fraction first, 1/4 left, and he's splitting it so he can have it each night for 3 nights. Here it is. So I have to split this little 1/4 into 3 pieces to figure out, well, how big is my lasagna piece? So let's split so I can share for 3 nights. So here's for 1 night, here's for the second night, and here's for the third night. Perfect. And this is what he's going to get each night. So he gets the fractional piece, 1, and then my new denominator, 3, 6, 9, 12. So his lasagna piece definitely got smaller because my denominator got larger. You can see the size of the piece. It is much smaller. Go ahead and take 10 seconds to write your solution sentence. You probably wrote something like, Mr. Pham will eat 1/12 of the pan of lasagna each night. Number 3, I actually want you to put a star by, and I want you to do it last. I would love for you to go ahead and lock it up with your teammates, and you're going to solve questions 4, 5, and 6. There's an answer key, so make sure to check your work as you go. And then number 3 is a Beyond Z. I'm hoping that my teammates are going to work focused, so you can even start on your word problems for life work tonight. Go ahead and lock it up with your teammates and solve each question. Remember to ask yourself, what do I start with? Am I starting with a whole number? So I need to draw my whole boxes like we did in number 1. Or am I only starting with that fraction, that 1/4 of my lasagna? Lock it up and do your thing. One thing before you go. I have a guest appearance. Emmy, say hi. Everybody wave to my sister Emily. Hi, Kipsters. She didn't want to
do your homework.
She didn't want to be on camera, guys. Okay, bye.